Wing Chun kicks?
Wing Chun kicks?
I think so, no?
Not much. Did it work?
Are they
fast?
Strong or fast?
There are many of them.
Very few. I never seen them use it.
Have you seen anybody practice them?
Yes, Wing Chun do have kicks, but only one kick. This is the Wing Chun kick. Look very simple, but actually not that simple. How to make this kick strong in the right position or do it right timing, we need a lot of training. Wing Chun Kung Fu, we focus on the hands. We don't train the Wing Chun students for kicks because if your hands good, you don't need the kicks. And because the kicks so strong and take long time to train the kick, that's why we arrange it after all the forms, all the chi saos training. First of all, we have to understand, whenever you use Kung Fu, you have to be able to balance your body well. You need 2 feet to balance your body, to support your body. So if you want to use the kicks, then you have to stand on 1 foot. Then the other one in the air, you could do kicks. Wing Chun kicks, we call it Tim Gyat. Tim means a foot kick like this way. We call it Tim. And this is the one. So Tim, Wing Chun kick, use this part, use the heel. And we not use this that often. So Wing Chun kick, because it's so simple. And okay, how to train your foot stand on one leg? First, to start with, you are unable to do this way, so you need to hold on something. Let's say you hold on a wall or a tree or even have a pole, and you stand on one leg. Later on, you could stand on one leg without holding anything. So a lot of Wing Chun students, they like to play Siu Nim Tao when they stand on one leg. And after left, then you train the right one to the center. You could also play Siu Nim Tao there. But the idea of playing Siu Nim Tao there is to keep your hands up. Because most of the other styles, they have an old saying. They said, whenever you see someone shoulder drop, then you know they're going to kick you. So most of the other styles, their shoulder drop and they start to kick. But Wing Chun Kung Fu, we don't do that. We kick without the shoulder dropping. Just kick without moving anything else. So, because so simple, it's hard to do it good. Okay. And after you train, you're able support your body with one leg, then you have to make your kick kind of loose. You keep training your kick kind of loose. It means train your kick with power. After you train your kick with power, then you need your kick accurate. I mean, whenever you should use your kick, then you waste no movement and waste no time. You just do it on the right spot. How to do it right? We have a method. Usually we hang something there, let's say like a telephone pole or telephone pole there. You could kick it. So kick with the telephone pole. This is not that important, have a book there, but just to let you have an idea, you could kick the book instead of miss. Because if you throw, we call it empty kicks, waste a lot of energy. If you kick on some, you would like to do more instead of keep doing the empty kicks, which is boring. So that's why we need something to kick with. After you have this telephone pole kicking, then you have to like aim it wherever you should kick, the direction of your kicking. Because Ving Tsun kicks only one team here, one kick. So if a person goes to that direction, you're not supposed to kick that way. You have to like aim it to that way, then kick. If a person goes this direction, you have to aim it and kick. So you could train yourself like by putting out your hand, then kick just under your hand, under your arm. You kick under your arm. Wing Tsun Kung Fu, we don't train you go backward. We always train you go forward. So all you have to do, you could do it like kick, step down, kick, kick, kick. Keep go forward and practice your kicking. And after you train how to aim the direction, we call it 對形 in the Chinese saying. 對形 means facing your enemy or the thing you're going to kick. So after this, then we need to train you how to do it right. When you do it, you could balance your body well. So we have another program called Qigong. So now William Moy and McGill going to show you the way how they do the Qigong. First, they hold each other's shoulder and they do the basic Qigong. First, they get used. Try to get to the same position so to balance themselves. And when they're able, they get the idea, know how to balance the body. And then next stage of Qigong, and then put the hand away. And then do the Qigong. They have few ways to change the foot. The main idea is when they put up in the air, they fight for the right position to step down on the floor. Soon the foot touch the floor. That's it. You're not supposed to change anything. But you could do anything you want in the air. So if you're able to step onto a spot which the other person is supposed to step on, then to make him unbalanced because he doesn't have the right spot to stand on. That's the idea. So now, let McGill go into the blank and try to occupy the position. See who could balance his body better. Or someone stand there and the other one get into it and take the place away. Someone stand there already, then the other one start to go. So this is really important because you need the right position to stand so you could balance your body. And if you don't have the right position, the right spot to stand on, then you will lose your balance. If you lose your balance, then you absolutely lose. You are under control by someone. Okay, this we call this Qigong. Okay, and talk about whenever you're going to use your kick on the right spot. Let's say you throw me a punch, and I kick his knee because his knee is closer to me. That's why I kick his knee. If I kick his body, I can't reach because his body is kind of far away from me, but his knee is closer to me. That's why I kick his knee instead. And the kicks, if between number one, between how you could able to stand on one leg, then train yourself, make sure your kick is kind of loose with energy. And then we talk about how to train to occupy the spot. Okay. Now let's do some the usage of the kick. Let's say he punched me, I fall, then I could do this to him. Another one, I do this, I could kick his back leg. Okay, so all of this not important. Wing Tsun kicks, we always say that is it. So then how come someone say we have 16 kicks? because they have idea from the wooden dummy. And a wooden dummy, we play both sides, left and right. They have 8 different ways to kick. So that's why they say we have 16 kicks. Actually, those 16 kicks, we don't need it. I mean, not that important. So, Wing Tsun, the nature of Wing Tsun Kung Fu, we always try to figure out like which technique represent the whole thing. Sometimes one technique could represent the whole system. Let's say the punch. This is the Wing Tsun punch. Straight punch. And we also call it center punch. So from the center, and we punch it out on the center. So we call this Ving Tsun Kun. In other words, this is the Ving Tsun style, represented by one punch. So if we use kicks, this is the Ving Tsun kick. This is the Ving Tsun kick. So the kick really could represent the whole style as well as the punch. So how to do this kick good? You need 3 forms, 小念頭、尋橋、標指, even a wooden dummy, to help you to do this kick good. And under what circumstance we could use the kicks? One thing here I gotta explain. Because Wing Tsun kick is so strong and so simple, and we don't use it that often unless we need it. For what reason? Then we need it. Let's say someone come up with a knife or some other weapon, but you have to fight him. You have to deal with. So the best techniques from Wing Tsun system is the kicks, because the kicks so strong. If someone have little argue with you, then you use kick, you might cause that person handicap or even kill him. So that is too much, and that's why we always want the Wing Tsun students try to avoid the use the kicks as much as possible, because kick is strong and you can't just let on halfway then you stop. Soon you use the kick and the kick's out. No good after half then you bring it back. You have to just like shoot out. Very, very strong. And the Wing Tsun kicks, we could train even when you're doing the chisao. So regular chisao, just like this. You use hand techniques. And after you go through all stand on one leg, chi gear, then you're able to use it when you practice your chisao. Let's say, if I want to use my kicks on the chisao, first I have to bring, he come to me, then push him away. By that time, I kick him. First, I bring him to me. Then, I push him and I kick. There's another way and a better way. When you have more Wing Tsun Kung Fu, you're able to do the kick when you do Qisa. You move one of your hand to the center, then you kick with the other one. So you move one to the center, the other one kick. When you do Qisa, then you don't need any movement from the Qisa, from the hand, because by that time your Kung Fu is much better than before. So if you have more Kung Fu, you could move either one and use the kick when you do Qisa. For the beginner, you have to bring his hand, come forward to you, and then push his hand away, then same time kick. But when you do better, you feel free to do the kick anytime you want, and without hurting him. So there is another way to train the kicks. And if you don't want to train your kicks onto someone during you do Qisa, you always could use the jaw. Let's say the jaw have 3 arms. You take one out, the lower arm, take it out, then you could practice your kicks onto the jaw. And after all of this, then you have a rough idea about the Wing Tsun kicks. Now, let me talk about the horses we use in the Wing Tsun system. The main horse we use a lot. We call this Yi Ji Kim Yang Ma, this horse. And we have right horse, all your body weight onto the right foot. And we switch into left horse, so the body of my weight will stand on the left. And we also have Hao Ma that sit on the back horse. We call it Hao Ma. And this is the Qin Ma. We don't use at all, let's say. So if we go forward, we use triangle horse. This is triangle horse. This is triangle horse. We use a lot when we go forward. And secondly, I also want to explain how come people say we have 8 kicks, left and right, then 16 kicks. I keep saying Wing Tsun only 1 kick, because that 1 kick could represent the whole system. I mentioned it before. But the other kicks, any of other kicks, is not good enough to represent the whole system. That's why I said the one technique, Dim Gyo, is represent the Wing Tsun kick. The others like Wang Gyo, or some they call it Yai Gyo, or whatever this way. They do it like in a different direction, which is not that important. If you're going to use most of the time you use dim gear, and we don't use the other techniques that often. So let me show you how and when we're going to use the other techniques instead of the Wing Tsun kicks. You throw me a punch, then I hit you, then I add another kick, which is not Wing Tsun kick. I mean, let's say sub kick. There's not a mean kick. Okay, I do it again. I hit him, then I add another kick. So this kick is not important. But sometimes if he could stand me, don't go away, then we use a Wing Tsun kick. This one for sure could get him. And talk about sometimes how could you train yourself? Could kick and you never miss. You could have your hand out and kick in front of your hand. I mean under your arm. Under your arm. Let's say, if he stand here, happen I have to fight him. So my hand always out. I have a feeling, if I kick him now, I can reach. Look, I can reach him. So I move forward, and he never noticed I'm going to kick him, because my body, like I am to him, I walk into him, then I have a feeling now I could use my kick. So now I could kick him, because I'm measured by using my hand. When I should kick, when I could reach him. Okay, there's another technique. Let's say if you are enemies there, I stand like kind of here. See, if I keep walking forward to him, then in the right spot, then I start to kick him, I believe there's no fighting like that. So you have to make it like reasonable. Okay, so instead of keep walking, keep moving to him, and you have to make like one step only. Then use your hand, measure the distance. So now maybe now it's 3 feet from me to him. But if I step one here and then start the kick, then I can reach him. So usually when you're doing the fighting, then use one step, then you kick. And there is another idea how to use your kick. But there's no rule. There's no way to tell you what you should do. I mean, this is you could get it like all depends how much kung fu you have. You have more kung fu, you decide when you're going to use the kick right, when you're going to do it good. So talk about a good kick from Wing Tsun system. You need a lot of other Wing Tsun kung fu to support you. Someone asked me how you compare your Wing Tsun kick with karate, taekwondo, or kickboxing. I tell you the truth. Taekwondo, karate, kickboxing, I don't know much. I can't compare Wing Tsun kung fu, Wing Tsun kicks with them. But I tell you the nature of Wing Tsun kicks. The nature of Wing Tsun kicks, we're not supposed to kick higher than the belt. We always kick below the belt. Why? Because, as what I said before, we need the feet to support our body. So we can afford, let's say, nobody could afford to stand on one foot forever. So if you kick higher, from higher, go back down to the floor, you take longer time. It means you take bigger chance to do it. Will cause you more dangerous. And that's why we prefer to kick lower than the belt. That's reason one. Secondly, because we train the hand so much, the upper part from the belt all the way to your head, we have hand to take care, to protect your center line. We don't need the kick to protect your body. We don't need the kick to protect your head. That's why. That's another reason we don't need kick so high. Number one, for safety. So we kick in case we need this foot to go back down to the floor to support your body, and we just kick it kind of low. And we go back to the floor, take less time and more safe. And the reason why we not kick high, because we have hands taking upper part. So two reasons. That's why Ving Tsun kicks kind of low. We don't like kick high kicks. And those other style, whatever they're gonna kick high, they probably have a good reason to support them, which I don't know. And then just